In this video, we're going to go over Twitter and tweets and how good marketers use tweets to drive traffic to websites by using curiosity, suspense, and asking questions. Twitter has become a very popular marketing tool for people to help drive traffic to opt-ins and sales letters and blog posts. But the whole point of Twitter is sending it out, a link out or a tweet out to your followers with a link and trying to get them to click on it. So what you write in the tweet is very important in terms of getting that curiosity built up and getting people to click on the link, which could drive a lot of traffic to different resources. So let's take a look at some tweets that I've found that are very interesting. Let's take a look at this first one. I like this tweet a lot. Not sure who this person is, but the question you must answer if you want to live a happier life, and a link. So I like that because it's builds a lot of curiosity, and it's actually a very effective tweet. So you always want to use, you don't even have to ask a question, but she's putting just a phrase in there that builds curiosity, and that was very well done. I like that one. Let's take a look at another one. Here's a question posed. Are you doing this all wrong? Well, that affects each person that reads it, and we're not quite sure exactly what we're doing wrong, but for most of us, we're doing a lot of things wrong, and it'd be nice to find out exactly what that is. I can tell by the link that it is a GoToWebinar, so it's probably a webinar invitation, but that's a very persuasive way to get somebody to click on the link without spilling the entire beans. You don't really want to tell them everything. You want to be somewhat vague, but you also want to touch some emotions. So this does both of that, and that's a fairly good example of building curiosity in a tweet and driving traffic to this registration page. Now, some tweets aren't meant to always have a link in them or to help drive traffic or to have any kind of conversion. It's best to actually put tips and advice in your tweets, probably 2 to 1 on putting a clickable link in. That way people aren't inundated with what looks like spam or just a call to action all the time. It's always good to build a rapport, and Lisa here is really good at doing that with her followers. So of course she puts a tip in here, a sassy tip. It's kind of like a brand for her. Clients tend to get more out of a program when they pay in full. See, now I don't need to click on anything. That piece of advice is actually well done. It makes a lot of sense, and it actually is true. So she's building trust and credibility with that particular tweet so that I trust her more. So when she does send me a link to click on, I will probably be more apt to click on that because I find what she says of value. So I know that she wouldn't lead me someplace that isn't any good. So send out content in tweets and help build your rapport like she did. Here's another one from Tom. Your dream of being a celebrity in your industry has just come true. Now that's a pretty cool line here because first off, it's kind of targeting the people that Tom teaches. These are speakers and authors and marketers that, being a celebrity in their industry, they realize that they can raise their speaking fees quite a bit being a celebrity in the industry. So this is very targeted and touches the emotions of the target that Tom is trying to reach with this tweet. So that builds up more of a response. And saying the dream has just come true. Well, what dream is that? Without asking a question, it is building curiosity. So this was actually a very good tweet to drive people to another free webinar, as you can see. And this was very popular, had a big response rate on that, just because of the way we touched and the way we wrote that. It was quite effective. Here's another one from Tom. When does your beautiful face, 2 minutes of video, and a few keywords equal 1,000 or more visits to your website? Well, this is kind of neat because this is touching on a few things that we think about all the time. First off, he's writing, when does your beautiful face? Well, that's kind of flattery in a way, so that's kind of neat. 2 minutes of video. what that is explaining, we're selling the time factor there. That obviously it's not 60 minutes of video or something that we're going to have to spend a lot of time on. So 2 minutes, again, we're respecting people's time, and it's a trigger word for selling time. And a few keywords. That's a marketing trick. A few keywords. Keywords, everyone knows, helps drive traffic, the search engine's traffic to your website. So we're talking about flattery, selling time, and putting in a bit of a marketing tip equal a benefit that most of Tom's followers are looking for: more visits to their website. And we have an exact number here, 1,000 or more visits to your website. So it looks like it's a proven formula. So this all in one tweet is very compelling and hits a number of different factors and feelings in the reader, and also ends with a question so that we want to know the answer. Clicking on the link is the answer. And we know that. We know we have to click on the link to get the answer. And of course, the answer is another free webinar, which is a great place to learn good training from Tom, as these free webinars, they're content filled and very valuable. So this is a really effective tweet, and that had a very good response rate as well. Let's look at another one. Here's one from Susan Haro. Could the world's most famous authors be onto something? Well, that's kind of neat, because a lot of her followers are writers. They're interested in PR and publicity, and they're very good writers, and their websites have a lot of content. They're made up of a lot of authors and life coaches. So of course they react to the idea of famous authors. A lot of us want to be famous authors, so I'm selling a little bit of a dream here. I actually wrote this one for Susan to promote this Stealth Persuasion webinar, and I was basically talking about how famous authors use fiction to persuade different ideas in their readers, and how web site content people can do the same thing. Whether you're a copywriter or you're going to write your own website content yourself, using fiction and storytelling has a high persuasive content without looking salesy. And what I wanted to do here is I wanted to phrase this in a question and relate to the target audience that values being a famous author, or at least respects being a famous author. And what are they onto? What is the secret that the authors are using? Now I really want to know. And I am telling you straight up that it is a webinar tomorrow in this, so we know what the link is. I'm not totally cloaking the information in here, but still it's very compelling to see what this webinar is about. So that's a very good tweet too, if I do say so myself. Let's look at another one. Here's another one from Susan. And this is another one she wrote, and she's really good at writing tweets herself. All of hers are very compelling. But to use tips and techniques, but to give you an exact number, creates a desire to want to learn that. Again, we're selling time by saying 5 quick, easy ways. Okay, that's telling me that it's not going to take me very long to learn something of value. I don't want to spend an hour and a half trying to learn something that is going to blow my mind. So 5 quick, selling time, easy, selling comfort, ways to land publicity on high traffic blogs. That is the benefit. So all that crammed in there for a steady stream of sales. That's an extra benefit thrown in. Getting traffic and sales. It's a step-by-step benefit process. Another free webinar. So we put the word free, we qualify people that there's no cost to attend this. And this is a very high converting tweet too. It has a lot of elements stuffed into one small sentence. And that is the real art of the tweet, is you have to cram a lot of benefits and a lot of different ways of selling time and targeting your people and getting them to build curiosity and suspense in the tweet, all in 160 characters or less. So it really is an art form. It takes a little bit of time to figure out how to do it, and I hope that some of these examples have given you some quick ideas of how you can start tweeting more effectively.